Hello ladies and gentlemen, so I welcome you back to this channel once again. And this video we are building this beautiful resume right here. So I've built this resume using an online resume builder, resumenow.com, and I was pretty excited with this. I had filled in my information and they populated everything in their pre-built template, and this was the final resume. So the challenge is, however, that if I try to save or download this, I was prompted to make payment, which I'll be showing you in a second. Now, I understand there are very many free resume builders out there, and paying for such a service is not a problem. And actually, you should appreciate the work that I do and pay for these templates in case you need one, and maybe you don't have the skills or time to develop it by your own. But I'll be using this instead of paying. I'll be using this as an opportunity to teach you what I think you should know, as in my introduction to Microsoft Office Word. So instead of making payments like 10.45 or 2.85, I will build this from scratch from Microsoft Office Word in this tutorial, and I call upon you guys to follow along. We build this together, customize whatever I'm doing, and by the end of this tutorial, you must be having your own resume that you're really proud of. So let me actually resume this, refresh this, and get our original template. Okay, so this is what we're going to be building in this tutorial together. So we are going to be building this tutorial together, and without wasting any second, let's dive right into the tutorial. So I'll go to my desktop. What I want is to open Microsoft Office Word. So I want to click on this Windows icon. I showed you how to do this in the previous video. Scroll down until you find this folder, Microsoft Office, with the version. Mine is 2013. You may be having something else, which is fine. Come and click on Word, and then to be opening up. Now, I'm not using any of these templates because I want to take this from scratch. I'll go as a blank document. So I'll be referencing to this one right here, but this is what we are trying to build. And the first part, I think, is building this top section here where we're having the initials, which are inside some sort of an oval shape, and then the name and the contact information. So let's dive into our Microsoft Word application and do that. To do that, I want to use a text box. But before, I want first of all insert that shape up there, which is an oval. Now, when you're doing ovals, a quick tip here is to make sure that you're hitting the shift key. When you hit the shift key, it helps you draw a more symmetric oval shape, or any shape that you're trying to draw to be more of symmetric, less proportionality. So I've already selected that oval, but now the difference is this is blue, and in our template, this is having a background of white with some sort of a gray outline. So just come and select this by clicking on it, come to format, come to shape fill. You can change this color to anything you want. In this case, we just want to make it white. But now it's outline, just go back, select shape outline. I want gray, I think, this one right here. And my shape is there. What is missing? Just those initials inside there. And I'm going to use a text box to do that. So a text box is just a box that allows you to insert some kind of text, and text, these are just characters or the words that we type. So I'll come and draw this text box inside here, and then inside here, I'm now able to type my initials. OB. They're looking small, so I have to highlight this, come to home, and increase the font size from here. Something like maybe, I think 28 is okay. Another thing that I've noticed, we also have to change this font style to New Times Roman, because that's what they're using right here. If I'm to go back to original template, yeah. And then I want to make sure that I set this text box here and also put it a little bit in the center. Okay, so let me see if I can reduce it further, and also from this side without breaking the what's breaking. So I think that's fine. Alternatively, I would increase the shape of this oval shape, but now I don't want to do that. So let me just remove this background, because now, as you see, this text box is having an outline, yet in this original template, it's just plain without any kind of outline. You cannot even notice. So I think this is fine. It's aligned in the center. So I just want to come and select this text box and go back to format, come to shape outline, and I'll select no outline, then that will be gone. I'm having some sort of edges being cut, but that's fine. I think that is even more of a design. Now, what next is putting the name of the applicant or the name of the candidate or whatever, or the owner of this CV. And in this case, this is Obinza Wamukama. So to make sure everything is fine, how to use a text box, go to insert, click on text box. I want to just draw mine, and then I can just come and draw my text box where I want it to be. So this text box is going to have the name and also the contact information. So I want to position this to where I want it to be. So just by bringing this cursor here, I can drag this and put it where I want to be. I think that's fine and proportional. Inside here, I want to type in the name. And then down here, now time for my contact information with an 99 gmail.com. Also, we're talking about the phone number. And then lastly, we're talking about the location. So I'm currently in Kampala. The location is 102. Don't ask me more about that. Just some sort of location. I'm just using the template. And now, as you can see, the name is a little bit bigger. And also the font style is New Times Roman, which you have to change. So by selecting that, you can go to Home, go to the font style here, select New Times Roman. Just come here and select the font size up to when you get what you feel comfortable with. I think that's fine. And also want to make this bold. The only thing that is remaining, I think, is just changing the color. This is gray and we are using black. So just come here in the font group, the home ribbon, select this and then come and select the color that you want. So even these initials right here have to change the color to gray. And now even these things down here have changed the color to gray. Plus, as you can see, this email is broken. This is a capital O. This must be small o. And also, I also want to remove this line from this email. Microsoft Office Word is treating this email as a link because it's assuming that it should be linking people to my email account, which I don't want. So I just want to achieve a plain kind of style, which I have in my template that I had in the online product. Again, this color is broken, so I want to set this back to gray. And what is remaining is simply positioning this somewhere like that. And then when you come here like this, yeah, I think the spacing is okay. The spacing between the name and the contact information is fine. And also what is missing here is just removing that outline. So I want to go back here and I want to make sure that, first of all, let me push this a little bit up. I think so. No, that's okay. Oh, let me see. I think that's perfect, guys. Okay, that's fine. And now I want to remove this outline. So I just want to select this text box, and then the same way we did it before, go back to format, shape outline. I want the shape outline to be none. And then I think this is fine for now. They're complaining about my number, 83 40 27 86. Maybe just because I really don't want to do any more changes on this. So I'll just leave it like that. So I want to come outside here and go to my summary section. I think then up next here is summary, and then also drawing that line. This is summary. Now how do I achieve that line? It's just a shape, come to insert, illustrations, shapes. Now we're going to draw a straight line. To make a straight line, you can just draw this, but I want to press my shift key. When you press the shift key to help you do a better straight line like that. And now the difference is the straight line that we're having here is gray. As you can see, this one's blue. Just select it anyway. Just select it and come to format again, change the outline to gray. And that is it, guys. So what else? When we look at the styling here, the line appears to be a little bit up. It's not just straight into the text that we're having right here. So I want to move it up a little bit. You hit your shift key to help you move without changing the positioning, and I think that is fine. So down here, I want to add my about content, which is right here. I'll just copy this, but let me just type it. And you can feel free to pause this. And I also pause the video, type it out, and then come back and we'll resume from there. So there we go, guys. I've finished typing out this, and as you can see, the color is different from what we're having in the original template. So what next is just styling this color. It's already in Carey blue body, so I also want to make this New Times Roman. So I'll highlight this and come and select the font style to New Times Roman. Come to the color and just select the gray color that we are using. Now up here, I just want to make this one a little bit more visible. So first of all, I want to change this color to a more darker color and also increase this font style, font size to about 12. I think that's fine, guys. And as I note, this line is going too far from where I want it to stop. As you can see from the template, the line should be aligned with the content. So I want to also fix that. I also want to fix that just right now before we even forget about it. So I select it and then let's come and reduce its width a little bit, like that. Then that's fine, guys. You can always change this to what you want. For me, I'm comfortable with that. So we are going to go to the next section, and the next section right here is the skills section. So first of all, I want to type in the skills, and then I also need a line. Now, instead of going back to insert and getting a new line, I just want to copy this very one. First of all, select it. You can also just copy and paste, but I want to press Ctrl and Shift and then move this line. When you press Ctrl and Shift to allow you to copy a new copy of the shape or the component that you're trying to get, and also it will move it in a straight line as you see this. Now there's some adjustment that need to be done because as you can see this word was a little bit long and everything was seeming to be okay, but now our skills is a short word and we need to make this one a little bit wider so you can fix everything. So just select it and then bring the cursor to the edge and then we increase this width a little bit. I think that's fine, guys. Now when you go back here to the template, you can see the skills are laid out in some format of rows and columns. So we are having 2 columns here and we can achieve this in Word using tables. So to insert a table, make sure your cursor is where you want to put your table, then come to insert, then insert a table. How do you know the number, the type or the kind of table that you need? By looking at the kind of data that you want to populate into that table. And for this case, we're having 2 columns and we just need 1 row because we're just going to be using bullets. So we're going to have 1 row and in each cell, we put bullets and add in our skills right there. So I'm going to come here in the tables and I just want to select this kind of table, which is a 1 by 2. So inside here, I'm going to use bullets. So I want to go to home, go to paragraphs here, and then come here and you're going to pick these kinds of bullets that you can use. So come and test out most of these, but we are looking for this in this case, and I will start feeding in my skills. One is website development, design. Let me just call it website development. The next is graphics designing. Okay, the next one is network installations and administration. Network installations and administration, and then the other skills and the other column, I think so. Yeah, the ones are in this column, cybersecurity and computers. So to go to this other column, you can just press tab, or you can also use the mouse and click in there. So this one I also need bullets, so I just come and click here, and the next one is cybersecurity. And then down here I'm having computer repair and maintenance. So I think I've already aligned my work the way I want it to be. It's looking pretty the same, but now the difference these people are having there, they've made everything aligned. So this kind of leads you to start from this very line here, and also they're not having the table around it. So how can we get rid of this border or the table? Simply, before we do that, let's first align. There are many ways of aligning, but another way could be just adjusting this size to make sure that, wow, we can already see we have achieved what we want. Now removing this border, just highlight everything here and then come to home, click on this little icon here. This is where we will work with our borders. You can always set these things and test out them. In this case, I just don't want any border, so I'll select no border, and there we go. Again, I want to change the styles for this, and I want to make this 12, plus I want to make it a little more blacker and darker, and also the font style will remain New Times Roman, which is okay. So down here, I'm going to the next section, instead of wasting any time, which is experience. So before I even start putting in the content, I also want a line, as you can see. So you're just going to copy this very one. When you hit Ctrl and Shift, you can come and copy this very line here. Okay, and then modify this. Let's make it a little bit smaller because our text is longer. And then down here, when we come back here, the original template that we are trying to mimic, you can tell that these are also using some sort of table technique, because we are seeing about 2 columns, but now in this case they're using 3 rows. So we are going to just have a 3x2 table. Make sure your cursor is where you need your table to be placed. So come here to insert, get this table right here. Now we need a 3x2, so I think it's a 3x2, so it's going to be something like that. Yeah, I think so. And then inside here, I'm going to start populating in the information about my experience. So we are going to follow this format. Basically, employers want to know the job that you have ever done, the employer that you have ever worked for, and also the roles and responsibilities that you are doing. And that's exactly what we are going to be doing. So it's a matter of typing in this. I'll fill out one section when you guys are watching, and then I'll pause the video, fill out the rest, and then come back and continue from there. So for the first one, we are going to follow this very format: the employer first, the location, the job, and the date, and also come here and talk about the responsibilities. So going back here, the first one was that we're having there is Axel Uganda Limited, and then there's a bar, I think so, and we talk about Kampala Kawempe. But before I even continue, you guys, by inspection, you can see that this side or this column has a lot of content than this side. So I want first of all adjust the width of these cells. So if I can reduce it like that, I also want to come and increase this one to just finish up with this space right here. And now after this, down here, I want to talk about, I think, the job itself. So it's IT, personnel, and instructor. Then down, I want to talk about the dates. So I'll go with 2nd Jan 2023 to date. Now, this side of the responsibilities, I'll just go and fill in this, I think, to save some time. But actually, I would also come and copy, but I don't want to copy. So I'll just come here and get my bullets. We have seen how to put those bullets there. And then I can start typing in blah, 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 which I will pause and come back when I've done populating every cell in this table, and we continue from there. Yes, so guys, I'm done populating this table, and I think everything is now fine. So what is just remaining is to remove this border right here, because as you see in our original template here, we don't have the border, we don't have the table showing, just everything just clean. So we've seen how to do this. Simply highlight everything in this table and come here and select no border. It's gone. So this is already clean and looking beautiful. Hope you guys are already becoming proud of this. So looking at the next section right here down is education and training. So we need to talk about our education and training. So again, this is just going to be education and training. Education and training. You also need this line. So I want to come and copy this and move this to where I want it to be. I've showed you how to do this the easiest way. So I want this right here. What's it choosing to go? Okay, so first of all, let me reduce the width. Then I can move it again to where I want it to be. Okay, I think that's fair. And then, okay, that's where I want it to be. Everything is now clean. And now I also want to increase this a little bit. Okay, increase the width like that. So everything is clean. I just want to edit this heading. Give it the style that I'm giving my headings. 112, and then you can now keep going. Oh, it's going to a new line, so I think I just want to push everything about education to the new line. So my line right here is complaining. So let me move it a little bit like that, and also move it down a little bit. I think that's fine, guys. We can leave it like that. So what do we have in our education? Just about these two schools, where just the institution, the academic qualification, and the date of graduation, or the date when you completed. So I'll just type this. This is Busit, my university. This is my lovely university, and this is in Busia, Uganda. So what I got from there: bachelor's in computer engineering, and then to just 2022. So another one, this is my secondary school. Very proud of this school. They've made me what I am. And this is in Namtumba. Okay. And my caps lock is disturbing me. It's Namtumba, Uganda. And then this is just high school diploma. High school diploma. Which year? 2019. Actually, this is 2018. So there we go, guys. This section is completed, but now we need to reduce its font size a little bit. Let's see if we can make it 11 and it will look better. Yeah, I hope that is fine. 10. No, let me make it 11 because everything up here is just 11. Yeah. So 11 is fine. And then they are giving me some errors. I think it's because of the spacing. So that is already fixed. And now what is next right here is just the website portfolio and profiles, which will come right after this one. So this is websites, portfolios, and profiles. We also need this line. Okay, so I just want to come and select this guy, drag him down, and do some editing on him. First of all, I want to reduce the width, and then now I've reduced it so much, so let me increase it a little bit and then move him up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's fine. Then I increase a little bit again. Hope that is fine, guys. So what is meant, just editing this heading to give it the style that I'm giving to my headings. Make sure you're always consistent in your work or in whatever you're doing. This was just deep black, and this makes again the line a little bit smaller, so I mean more wide, so we need to fix that. In the portfolios here, I just have only one website here. This is going to be https://obenza99 at gmail. Oh, not at gmail.com. Sorry, it's .com. So this website is not yet up, guys. Don't judge me, but I'm working on it and to be released soon. Please don't steal my domain. Please don't steal my domain. This is my domain. Be good friends, guys. I've not yet released this, but to be up and running. So please don't steal my domain. Leave that for me. Leave that for me. So down here, what we are meaning with certifications, and then we get done with this tutorial. So in our certifications, I also need this line, and I'll show you the quickest way to do that. You don't need to keep going and inserting shapes every time. As long as you have a shape on the page that you need, you can always use this quick technique and get it done. I think I need to put some extra spacing, and for this one I think I also need some extra spacing there. Tell me if it's not looking good, but I think that's fine. The colors are here, they're already selected. I think they are fine. And then for the certifications, so you can put here my certification that I think they are relevant. And then so CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate. You also have the Certified Ethical Hacker and also AJPT. So you can always add more sections to this, just in case you have more. Let me see if I can reduce this to 11. I think that's better. So you can add more sections to this CV, to this resume. For example, hobbies and personal interests. I want AJPT to be in another section. I don't know why Word is forcing me to do things the way it wants me to do it. I don't want to do it like that. Perfect. I want it to be like that. They're trying to correct things for me, yet I want them to be just the way I want them to be. So I still accepted my AJPT to be just the way I want it to be. So that is entry-level junior penetration tester. You can always go and check out those certifications in case you want to get into cybersecurity or ethical hacking particularly. So I was saying you can always add in more sections, for example, hobbies and personal interests. You can add in reference contacts. You can add in things like soft skills. Really, you have a lot to add in here. So basically, this is the template that we've built, and I think this is what you guys are seeing, and you're already proud of what you're having, right from the top to the very bottom. So before we wind up this, before I make my final remarks, I want first of all to save this. As you can see, by default is given a default name, and to save this in the name you want to come here, hit on file, come to save as. You cannot save it because you don't have a name already. So even if you hit save, it will force you to save as, because it needs you to assign this document a name. So click on save as. If you've been working with Word, they'll give you the recent folders where you've been keeping these Word documents. For example, me, I've been keeping most of my documents in Excel docs, documents, and curriculum, stuff like that. Sometimes on the desktop, but rarely. So in case the folder you want is not here, you can also click on browse. They'll open folder file system. You can come here and check. You'll navigate to where you want to save your work. So in my case, I just want to put in documents. So I can come and select document. You can see it is already selected here. They can show you you're in documents. And now you need to give this a name. So let me give this a name as, so I want to call this a $10.5 resume. Okay. And then you can, by default, it will be saved as a Word document. Okay. But you can also change the format from here. Most of the times I like saving my work in PDFs. Sometimes I like saving them in the default types. That's the doc type. And then just hit save. You're done. You notice that the name has not changed because we have not saved as a default Word document. We've saved it as a PDF. So it doesn't matter. You can as well come back and save it as a Word in case you want a copy. You know, most of the times the Word documents are more editable. So resume Word. So if you just hit save, to be saved as a document, as a Word document, so you can always open it as a Word document. As you can see, now the name has changed from the default name to the name that we set it to be. Now, I want to close this and go and access my file where I saved it. So I want to navigate to my documents. I come and hit on my PC icon, and then go to my documents, and then from here I can now access it right here. So by double clicking, it will open in Microsoft Office Edge. It's just the default, and there we go. Guys, look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. We're already proud. The only thing that's missing may be our alignment here of the skills. It's not really professional, and also alignment here. So I think I should need to go back. Just guys a second. Let me open this resume in Word, and we'll edit that. So I want to justify my content here. You see, some lines are reaching, some lines are not reaching. So that's what I want to fix quickly by just coming here and then you select justify. You can see now everything is organized. Also, the same thing for this. For these guys here, I want them to be organized. So I just come here and fix and select justify content. Or what has happened? I've deleted these guys. So no. I want to Control Z. Always when you mess up, you want to make sure that you Control Z to make sure that everything comes back into the way it's supposed to be. So I don't know why it's not accepting to be justified. I think I should just leave it like that. I just have justified up here, but this one is refusing. I think let me try one by one and see. Okay, one by one is working. Maybe I'm selecting a lot more than what I'm supposed to be selecting. So if I go here and select one by one, I can justify my content and my work looks a little bit organized, just like that. So I want to justify this content and then we save the final document. So spare me a second, guys. We finish up this and then we wind up with this. So I think I was selecting more than I'm supposed to be selecting. I just wanted to save some time, but it has refused to allow me to do that. So let me just take a few seconds to do this and I will get it done. So it's online, guys. Spare me a second. We're about to get this done. So I think you guys are seeing the essence of what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, it's now better. You can see that. You can see that, guys. So now that I already I've given it a name, instead of saving as, I can just come and save or even hit Control S. But now I want to save this as a PDF again. So I just want to come back to my documents. Quickly, I'll give it a new name to $CV. One, yes, right here. So if I save that guy, anyway, so it's messing up, I think. That's because I've already given it a name. So I want to go back again. Spare me a second. Now I'll just call this resume 2, and then I want to save this as a PDF. So if I hit save, I can now go and access this guy. Boom. I think I don't want to save anymore. I've saved enough. So resume 2, where are you? I want to refresh this guy. My resume 2 is right here. So if I double click, I can open this new document, and there we go. So this is our new CV, which is worth $10.45. We've made it all by ourselves, and hope you guys have a copy of this ready to be given out to your employees. We have forgotten to edit this experience heading. You can go ahead and do that. I want to go back, time is gone. Even we're having also another redundant bullet here. Go ahead and delete that. And hope you guys are already happy with this. Thank you for sticking along and keeping it up with me up to right now. And in the next videos, we're going to be improving our word skills, creating more projects like cover letters with letterheads, keywords, learning more about graphics, inserting images, and working with page borders, table of contents, and very much we're going to be learning a lot of things in the next classes. So hope you guys stick around, subscribe to the channel, support me, show me some love, like the videos, subscribe and share, do all the things to help me grow as a channel and also get motivated to do a lot of these contents for you. So this and the original one, which you were supposed to pay for, maybe realize that ours is even better. So hope you guys are already proud of this. See you in the next videos. Have a good time. Please share, like, and subscribe.